Cryptocurrency crowned top performing asset class of financial year 2021 with an 800% return. If you invested 5,000 rupees in Bitcoin back in 2010, you would have 1,000 Bitcoins. And the value of 1,000 Bitcoins today would be almost 350 crores. That's a 20,494% increase. Actually, I just made that percentage up. I don't know the math on this, but trust me, it's a lot. It sure feels nice to think about what would happen if you'd invested 5,000 rupees in Bitcoin back in 2010. Well, the truth is, you would have cashed out the second your money doubled or tripled. There's no way you would have held on to it till today. Because back then, cryptocurrency was just magic internet money that no one really understood. But today, that's a different story. Hi, my name is Tushar Mathur. I'm a musician with a keen interest in converting my hard-earned money to magic internet money. Before we get into how you can buy cryptocurrency, I just wanted to answer a few questions. If you're not interested, you can just skip to this timestamp. But if you don't completely understand what cryptocurrency really is, or you just want to brush up on the basics, I'd recommend sticking around and hearing what I have to say. A lot of people think that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is a scam.
And I'm just helping you invest in your future, my friend.
It sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme.
So just steer clear of it entirely. Now, I'm not asking you to put all your money into cryptocurrency, but having none of it isn't a good idea too. Imagine a global currency which you could use all over the world. No need to convert your Indian rupees to USD or yen and pay that painful exchange fees on top of this. Instead, just one currency across every country in the world. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Also, in my last video, I said I would give away one stock up to rupees 500 to one lucky subscriber, and here is the winner. If this is you, send me a DM on Instagram and I'll send you your free stock. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, hit that subscribe button because this helps the YouTube algorithm push this video out to other people who might be interested in the same topic. And here's one more exciting thing. I'm giving away 500 rupees worth of Bitcoin to one lucky subscriber in my next video. So if you want some free Bitcoin from me, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button. Cryptocurrency has been life-changing for a lot of people, including me. But the one thing I don't really like about this space is that there are way too many buzzwords and jargon being thrown around. So it just makes everything so hard to understand.
What you said? What that mean? Translate that for me.
Today, I'm gonna give you some answers in plain and simple English. What is cryptocurrency? To realize digital cash, you need a payment network with accounts, balances, and transactions, and a decentralized system like cryptocurrency solves this using a P2P network. Don't tell me you understood that. This is what I'm talking about. It's just so complicated. Just people just throw all these words in. So I've taken time out and broken all these words down and tried to understand what they really mean. And I'm going to explain that to you in plain and simple English. Let's take it again. What is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is a digital payment system. Bitcoin and Ethereum are types of cryptocurrencies, and the main feature of this payment system is that it does not rely on financial institutions like banks to verify transactions. Usually banks are the ones keeping records of who's sending money, who's receiving money. So if I were to send money to you, the bank would check how much money I have in my account. If I do have that much money, whatever I'm trying to send to you, it's gonna say, you know what, this dude's got his money, so we're gonna send it to the other person, and then the bank notes it down. But instead, the technology relies on a network of computers run by individuals all over the world, verifying these transactions and running the system. But why would someone sit down and verify my transaction? Well, they get paid for it in cryptocurrency, and that's how this system runs. In simpler words, centralization is like a company. Someone is running it. But decentralization is where no one controls it. Now the bigger question arises, why decentralization? The official buzzword of 2020. One of the major things that glues society together and keeps it functioning is trust. And lately there's been a lack of it. This is one of the bigger reasons why people are now uncomfortable putting sensitive data and money under the control of a central authority. Decentralization solves this problem by creating a trustless system. This way, users don't have to depend on a central authority, and there are protocols which have been developed to prevent bad behavior. Let's look at the hyperinflation which happened in Venezuela. Venezuela was combating a bad economy, and to prevent that, they started printing more money. And they just kept printing and printing and printing. And by 2018, inflation was up by almost 80,000%. All this happened because the central authority had control over your money, and well, they messed up. If your country sees hyperinflation like this, your savings are going to be wiped out. All that money will mean nothing. With decentralization, no one person or authority holds power, and this creates a reliable and trustworthy system. The reason decentralization exists is to minimize a single point of failure. Let's go to the important question. Why is Bitcoin going up? Cryptocurrencies had a massive run in 2020, and Bitcoin has been at the forefront of this crypto revolution. Bitcoin went up till $63,000 on April 15th, and apparently this is just the beginning. One of the biggest reasons Bitcoin has been going up is because of institutional adoption. A lot of publicly traded companies are now hoarding Bitcoin. A lot of these guys are putting Bitcoin on their balance sheets. PayPal recently announced that it would let its customers buy, hold and sell cryptocurrencies, as well as make purchases using Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies at over 26 million businesses. MasterCard said that it would process Bitcoin payments in an effort to give its businesses and its customers more choice when it came to buying things. Bitcoin is also seen as a hedge against inflation. With governments printing trillions of dollars, there's bound to be inflation, and Bitcoin can be a great hedge against that. This is one of the major reasons why Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general has been going up lately. Is cryptocurrency legal in India? At the moment, yes, it's legal in India. You're not going to get into trouble by buying cryptocurrency at the moment. So feel free to buy it and invest and test the waters out. There are plenty of cryptocurrencies in the market, and a lot of them solve various problems. But there are also a lot of scam coins. So you have to be really careful before you pick anything up. You have to do the research. Most people look at cryptocurrency as an easy way to make a quick buck. But if you actually do the research and study the project and understand why it was created, you'll hold on to your coins and not sell and panic at every little dip which happens. And trust me, it happens every 2 days in cryptocurrency. Before you buy anything, see what the founders are up to, see what the company is about, see what their mission is. But if that just sounds like too much work, all you gotta do is hit subscribe, and I'll be talking a lot more about cryptocurrencies and what I think is good, and I'll be explaining a lot more stuff like that. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and you could win 500 rupees worth of Bitcoin from me. So let's talk about how you can buy cryptocurrency. I use an app called WazirX. There's a link in the description. You can check it out. I follow these guys on Twitter and they're doing some incredible work. WazirX was also recently acquired by Binance. Binance is one of the leading cryptocurrency exchanges in the world. So, I trust WazirX even more now. I've used a bunch of other apps, but if you're living in India, I think WazirX is probably your best option. So once you download the app and install it, you got to finish your KYC. It takes about a day or two. It depends. Sometimes these guys are slow. Sometimes, they're quite quick. If you want to deposit money right away, you can do that because that doesn't require a KYC. But if you want to withdraw your money, you need to do a KYC. So start the process as soon as you download the app. Once you go on the app, this is what it's going to look like. I'm just going to run you through how this app works and where all the buttons are and what you need to be looking out for. So this is the quick buy section. I personally don't really use this option much. Where I buy my coins from is the exchange. So if you go to exchange, you're going to find this. You're going to see a lot of this stuff. It's going to be confusing, but don't worry about it. I'll tell you exactly what everything is. Then you have orders, any open orders you have. So let's say you place an order to buy Bitcoin. That's gonna come here. Once the order is completed, it's gonna move on to history, which is the next tab. Then we have funds. This is where you're gonna see all the cryptocurrency you own, the money you deposit into your account. Let's try depositing money into a WazirX wallet so we can then start buying cryptocurrency. So all you gotta do is click on INR, and then you have two options at the bottom. You have deposit and withdraw. When you have to put money into your wallet, hit the deposit. When you want to take it out, hit withdraw. So let's hit deposit. So you're gonna find three options. That usually these options keep changing. So sometimes some options might not be available, or sometimes you might have even more options. But I personally prefer option 1, which is IMPS, and this takes a small fee of 6 rupees per transaction. So let's click on that. This is where you need to fill up all your details, your account, your IFSC code, and if it's a savings or a current account. Once you hit submit, you're gonna come to this page. I mean, it looks a little confusing, I know. Just add these details in your bank using a bank app, as simple as that. So I use ICICI, so we're gonna use ICICI, and I'll show you the process. Sweet. So I'm gonna add a payee. Let's look at this. So beneficiary name is my name, Tushar Mathur. So we're gonna add that here, Tushar Mathur. Account number. Okay, I'm done. So once you added all the details, all you gotta do is proceed and submit, and you'll add this account as a payee on your bank app. Once you've added the WazirX account as a payee, all you have to do is just transfer money to the account. You don't need to go into the WazirX app and fiddle around there. If you ever want to deposit money into your WazirX wallet, all you gotta do is go to your bank app and just transfer money to this account. That's it. So once you have some money in your account, it's gonna reflect here under your INR. All you gotta do then is go to exchange. That's where you're gonna buy the currency. Hit the search icon. Let's search for Bitcoin, which is BTC. So you're gonna find BTC, you're gonna find 3 of them. So there's BTC USDT, BTC INR, and XTBE USDT. Ignore the third one. I have no idea what that is. If you have USDT in your account, so USDT is just a crypto equivalent of the US dollar. So if you have USDT in your account, you can buy BTC using that. But if you don't, which you probably don't, you have Indian rupees. So just click on BTC/INR. So the first half of this BTC is what you want to buy, and the second half INR is what you're using to buy the first half with. So in this case, you're using INR to buy your Bitcoin. So just hit the star icon next to it. Similarly, we'll add one more, which is Ethereum, ETH/INR, and we're gonna add one more, which is WRX/INR. I'll tell you that in a second. So once you do that, in your favorites page, you're gonna have 3 cryptocurrencies. You can add more, whatever you want. You wanna take some risk, add some Doge, go for it. So you gotta add Doge/INR. You wanna buy Doge with Indian rupees, so you gotta do that. And you're gonna have all this here. And the thing I want you to do now is to click this button on the top left. And once you go there, just go down to fee settings and hit fee settings and enable this option, pay trading fees with WRX. So if you pay trading fees with WazirX tokens, so this platform has made their own cryptocurrency called WRX. So if you pay the fee with this, you're gonna get a 50% discount. So just enable this option and buy a few WRX tokens so that you can get a discount with your trading fees. Let's try buying something. Let's go to BTC/INR. Let's go to buy. The topmost value you see, which is 38,74,773, is the price of Bitcoin right now in Indian rupees. The second thing you see right now is the amount of Bitcoin you want to buy. You're obviously not buying 50 Bitcoins if you're watching this video. So let's not input anything on the second column. Let's go to the third one, and this is where you put in how much money you want to put into this. So let's say we want to put 1,000 rupees. Okay, so you're gonna get 0.00025 Bitcoin with 1,000 rupees. Then you hit buy, and all you gotta do is just swipe, and that's about it. If you go to orders, you're gonna see this order right here, and yeah, That's it. It just got completed. So that means you just bought 1,000 rupees worth of Bitcoin. So that's about it. That's how you use a platform like WazirX to buy your Bitcoin. It's that simple. If you have any questions, just comment below and I'll get back to you. And also, I'm giving away 500 rupees worth of Bitcoin to one lucky subscriber in my next video. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and also throw a like in there. And that's about it. If you're interested in learning how to invest your money and diversify your portfolio, watch this video right here.